From MLU headquarters in Philadelphia, this is Cleats and Cufflinks.
And we're back, Cleats and Cufflinks. We're recording for 2 weeks in a row, which is nice. We're back in the studio.
2 weeks in a row.
How have you been, Nicholas?
I've been all right.
I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't think you did. You also know. Because
know.
we've spent a lot of time together in the last couple of days traveling up to the Big Apple, to New York City.
A lot of regrets.
Yeah, where the salsa that is not El Paso is made. Do you remember those commercials?
I have no idea what you're
You
talking
don't know
about.
what I'm talking about? New York City? No?
No.
A bunch of cowboys sitting around a fire eating salsa. One of them looks at the back of the thing and it's made in New York City. He's upset. Apparently.
Okay.
All right. I'm done talking about
All
it.
right, Nicholas. Hopefully,
It's a classic. If you know that commercial.
If you know anything about what he's
And
talking
you loved
about.
it. New York City.
What we did do is go to New York and we met up with Michelle Kondracki and Anthony Duarte.
We did.
GM and assistant GM of the Rumble, and we met up at a bar called the New York Beer Company, which has the New York beer stock program running.
Yeah, so
Explain
there's ticker boards around the bar, and as beers either gain popularity or lose popularity in the entire bar, their stock price goes up and down.
Every 3 minutes.
Every 3 minutes, there's a change in stock price, and it reads, you can see the percent change over time. We did not get the event that I so desperately hoped for, which was a full stock market crash, which I hear does happen. But
every 3 minutes, the prices are going up and down, usually by a quarter.
yeah,
I thought it was really dumb, and then after 16 minutes of staring at the board, I realized it really does work.
Yeah.
Now I just
I'm
couldn't stop
interested.
staring at and hoping for things to happen. And then she said that they can get down to like $2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Just sometimes.
yeah. You want to buy low.
Buy low.
Buy low, drink high.
Drink high.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know if that works.
Might not be your best.
It's a beer market.
Look at that. Yeah, you're on a roll. You're on a roll. They're awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, we always brag about our GMs because it's easy because they're awesome. But they just were so on top of things. They had documentation ready. They had their ideas ready. They were telling us about their February 7th summit.
The Rumble Summit.
The Rumble Summit, which you wanted to name Rummit.
Rummit.
That did not go through.
Did not go over well. They also didn't invite us.
And they were explaining
In
to us,
fact, aggressively the opposite.
they said this is just for the team, and I was impressed.
Yeah, I like it.
And hurt.
Yep. Also a little sad.
I know.
We're just going to be outside the window staring in, tear in eye.
They said they'd send us a video, which means Greg gets to go.
So Greg gets to go to the Rumble Summit. Interesting.
Finally, Greg has a one-up on us.
Doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. But very good time.
It's a good thing we're sending him out to the tryout this weekend to stand in the cold while others run around and stay warm and take some video. So look forward to some video footage of the New York Rumble's tryout.
Also, our very own Billy Sickles is going out. Right? Greg?
And Greg has quit. Yep,
Greg
there
quit.
he goes. He does this pretty regularly.
You can't see this on video. It's quite entertaining. Now they not only do they have these great plans, but they seem to have quite the vision for improving New York this year, and they were all focused on the most important thing, which is fan acquisition, right? How to get in front of the kids, the youth, the ultimate players out there who are the quote-unquote low-hanging fruit, and then how to just make sure everyone knows about the Rumble. And I got to tell you, I liked everything they said. I was eating out of their hand. I was ready.
Oh yeah, I really thought it was. I thought it was great. They seem to have a good staff that they're putting together. They kept talking about their org chart, which I kind of loved. So that, and also we're going to find out soon about their new stadium search, which I'm excited about. So we'll be sure to let everybody know when they settle on a place. But they seem to have some great options, which is probably the biggest challenge in the world in New York.
New York's really confusing.
Yeah.
So for someone who doesn't live there, they don't realize how little area there is for stadiums, and stuff like that, and how no one has a car. So it's a different way of thinking. Like in Philadelphia, we are used to driving to the big stadiums, or you take the subway directly to there because it's just obviously direct. Boston, Foxborough is in Foxborough. You know what I mean? Like it's not in Boston, so you drive. In New York, it's you take the subway to New Jersey, right? If you're going to go to a
going to the game last year, you had to take either a bus from
Were you?
from the Port Authority.
Well, I'm talking about for like a Jets game.
Oh,
or
to
a
go out to
Giants
those
game.
games. Yeah, you can
Right.
take the subway out there.
So they're used to that, but I don't even know if you. I don't even know if you could drive. I mean, I'm sure people drive to that thing, but the traffic must be insane.
Yep.
And then you have Madison Square Garden, which is right in the middle of all the action, which is really cool.
Yeah, difficult to play Ultimate in that building, though.
I don't see why. I would figure it out.
Let's figure it out.
So, and then you have in Boston, you have Fenway, right in the middle of the city.
I love that. We almost had the.
You been there, Tom? You been to Fenway?
Not for a game, but for a tour, yeah.
He said not for. We're gonna go. We're gonna go as a group.
I've been before.
You've been to Fenway.
I've been to Fenway. Terribly uncomfortable seating, but a wonderful stadium.
Did you sit on the green monster?
I just sat in this. I mean, it was a small chair for me at 14.
The wall. Did you sit?
No,
on the
I
wall?
didn't sit on the monster. No, I think I was in right field.
Okay.
You get the complete opposite thing in Dallas, AT&T Stadium.
Dallas.
Dallas. Greg is telling us something about the Dallas
The
Stadium.
American Professional Sports Stadium, inaccessible by public transit.
Ah,
In any fashion.
Dallas. So Dallas
The
is
Dallas
the
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys only
Professional.
professional stadium inaccessible by public transit.
That is a
I would
good
like to
trivia
know
question.
I would like to know if Greg is right about that. If anybody can
Yeah.
look that up for us.
At MLU Greg, tell him if he's right. All right, you had a fun little story for me about you went to your uncle's house and you had this conversation. tell me, the fans want to hear this.
Yes. I went to my uncle's house for Thanksgiving. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Nice trip with the family. A lot of turkey. And I'm at my uncle's house, and he has this deck of cards that are conversation starter cards, which apparently is something you need if your neighbors are boring. And he has this deck of cards, and you're supposed to pick one up and you read a fun fact off of it, and that sparks what all the rest of us do normally, which is talk.
You are such a jerk.
I know. I feel bad about it, but it's true. It's weird. It's so weird to me. What I did like, though, was that he had taken one of the cards out that he had come across, and it said, the first season of Professional Ultimate began in April of 2013. And that made me very happy.
A little wrong.
A little
But I
wrong.
kinda like it.
Because, technically the AUDL was in 2012, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it and enjoy it. Yeah.
It was a little compliment coming our way. I enjoyed it.
I also wanted to bring up, too, you had an interesting thing you observed this weekend that you have in our notes here, and I noticed you were going to skip, which is we have an office fantasy football league, which has been, shall we say, a bit of a struggle for you. And fun fact, you did not make the playoffs.
Thanks.
And yet, on an up note for you, you scored the fourth most points in the league.
Makes you so happy.
Makes me so happy.
First of all, I want you to know I drafted Brock Osweiler, so I didn't do a lot of things right. If anybody knows who he is, that's impressive.
I've never even heard of him.
I made some mistakes, but I ended up scoring the fourth most points, and I lost all the time.
You did.
So
Pretty
and
consistently.
you are number one or number two?
Number one.
And number one.
First place.
No, Tom says number two.
First place. Did I drop the two? Tom's telling me I dropped the two. Oh, come on.
Billy helped me both of us.
Oh, okay.
That's painful.
Well,
See, this is how much I pay attention to it.
You're still number two, but I think you're going to lose to Dave Pennypacker.
Yeah, we all think Dave Pennypacker. His team is on the upswing.
He's got Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck is set to throw 27 touchdown passes per game.
Yeah, that's
So
about the
you're
rate
probably
that he's moving toward.
So speaking of fantasy,
Yeah.
I can't promise anything, but we have been doing some fun stuff working on a fantasy app that I give a 15% chance of being live this year. But I
That
give
is
it
not a very high percent
no,
chance.
because I got to be honest.
All right.
I give 15%. I give it a 95% chance of being live 2016.
2016.
And it would be, if you know Yahoo Fantasy Football or ESPN, whatever, it would be like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the, I helped put together some of the screenshots for examples for this, and I've seen the back end that you guys are working on. It's impressive.
Yeah. Well, we got really, really lucky. And there's a good story about how we got lucky and met a few people who know way more about fantasy sports than we ever could have imagined. People that have actually, wrote some of the first ones or wrote some of the biggest ones. So we'll just say that there it is, and we're really lucky to have them and excited to be working with them. So
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing some of the work that our stats guys have been doing on the back end, too.
I got to give Luke a
It's
shout
really
out.
fun. Oh, boy.
I give him a lot of
Grief. Let's say grief.
Grief, okay.
Grief. That's the polite word for it.
See, in leadership training in the military, I learned that for every compliment you give someone, you have earned yourself really just unending number of degrading insults. So I use that one, Luke, and he responds well. But no, he's done a great job along with Timbo. What did you just say? Both championship games in 2013 and 2014 had the same number of completed passes, 455.
That is a crazy stat.
That is a cool stat. I like that.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. But if it happens this year, then we know it's just is.
It just is. Yeah, that's how many throws you get.
Okay, we got 3 segments today.
All right.
First segment, which we just threw in, is an article just written by Tina Booth.
I did read that
On
article just now.
Just now we both read it. So we're gonna we have nothing prepared for this.
Nope. Just gonna wing it.
Segment 2.
Yeah.
We're talking about starting a business. The 5 most important things you need to know if you want to start a business. We have a lot of people ask us about all the operations and things that happen here in the MLU. We have a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, and we're going to give you what we've learned in our 30 years.
Yeah.
Segment 3, Twitter hashtag, I think, I am Matt Hamlin.
Oh, his handle is I am Matt
Hamlin.
Matt Hamlin. Is that right?
I think it is. I'll look it up. Origin of the MLU. He wanted to know the story. And you know what? This is the first time publicly we'll ever say the full story. We will leave out a few names and change a few names and change a couple things.
To protect the innocent.
To protect the innocent. But you're going to get to hear the story that no one except a few people have ever heard before, and I look forward to it.